Hi, I'm Kalyan Karmakar and welcome to Foodocracy Kitchens. Foodocracy Kitchens is where I speak to you about the food cooked by different communities in Mumbai, and it's also the Indian Republic Day today, so happy Republic Day. You know, while growing up, for me, the biggest message of Republic Day was that of the federal state of India and unity in diversity. And my childhood memories of Republic Day was of we used to stay in a apartment complex, and on 26th January we'd go to the terrace and we'd all get together, and there would be a flag hoisting which would normally be done by the eldest resident at that point in the building, and we would sing some patriotic songs, we'd sing the national anthem, and then the fun part would happen, which would be these little bags of shingaras or samosas and jilipi. So then me and my friends, we were like 10, 12, 13, we'd go to the corner and chat because we wouldn't get to go to the terrace too often. And also this was exam season, January and February, March were the exams. So in any case, we wouldn't get too much free time to play. So this was a fun moment. But while the message was that of unity in diversity, and what I remember from school and political science and so on, I grew up in an area in Calcutta, especially when I was in school, which was largely Bengali and Hindu dominated, and so was my school. So I was not really exposed to the food of people of other communities in India. We would go to restaurants which were South Indian, we would go to Mughlai restaurants, we would go to Punjabi places, but those are restaurants. When you go to restaurants, you don't really get a feel of what the food is or the culture is. You just go and eat and come back. The change happened when I was in +2 and I was in St. James's School. And in my class and section, there were quite a few people who were from other states of India. And then I got this idea, and back then when I was in 11th, 12th, where I told a lot of my friends with whom I used to hang around that let's meet together on Saturdays on each other's houses and try out their food. So we went to the house of a Gujarati friend, Devin. We went to a house of a Tamil friend, Narasimhachari, and so on. And we tried Tamil food, Gujarati food, Sindhi food. And that was the first time I really got a sense of food of people from communities other than Bengalis while growing up. And then I moved to Mumbai when I started working. And that was very different because in Mumbai there were people who belonged to different parts of India who lived here or who, like me, had come here to work. And especially in my bachelor days, there would be like friends who would invite me over, married friends perhaps, and we would be the bachelors, or people whose moms and dads would call us over, and we would have Parsi food, we'd have Gujarati food, we have Punjabi, Maharashtrian, Goan, and that's really where my education on Indian food started. And then, big movement which happened almost like 20 years later, or 22, 23 years later, was when the pandemic started, the COVID pandemic in 2020. And home chefs emerged and they started cooking from their kitchens and sending food home. And over the last 2 years, sitting at home, we've had some fabulous food from different parts of the country. So there's Parsi food, there's Muslim food, there is Awadhi food, there is Tamil, Oriya, Gujarati, Bengali, what have you, Kashmiri, everything. I've traveled a fair bit across the country as a food writer. But when you travel across the country, you tend to eat in local eateries, restaurants, hotels at the most. So you know that the flavors are similar, but there's a certain integrity when it comes to home cooked food, which is very, very different. And that's my cat Nimki, whom I'm going to teach about federalism. That is Baby Loaf, who's not that interested. But it's given me an insight into the culture of my country, the spirit of federalism, which it's all about, and the diversity which is there. The lunch which I'm having today is a good example of everything I've been jabbering to you about. This is a home chef cooked meal. It's from an outlet or enterprise called Perima's Kitchen, which started in 2020 in Mumbai. I believe Perima means aunt in Tamil, and a lady named Meena Subramanian, she runs it, and she's Mumbai born, but her parents came in from Tamil Nadu, and she still sources a lot of her masalas and rice and so on from her native place, as we speak as we say in India. And I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and we used to go to South Indian restaurants in Calcutta, which were largely vegetarian back then, and we would call it Madrasi Khabar, and I think all non-South Indians would refer to anyone in South India as Madrasi, and which is of course wrong. And I think over the last few years, one's understood the differences, the different cultures, the different foods, and all of that. And one also got to know that actually most of the South Indian vegetarian restaurants we go to across the country are actually run by the Shetty community from Mangalore, which is Karnataka. So they're not even Madras, which is the earlier name of Chennai in Tamil Nadu. But at least this is Tamil food. And this is a very good example of what I've been talking about, because I've had the puliore, for example, in Bangalore before. I've had these before, but this is so soft, and everything. There always something new dishes which we get to try, and so on. And also, being Bengali, I've grown up always revering like non-vegetarian food, and I still enjoy my non-veg. But chefs like home chefs like Perima have sort of drawn me and made me appreciate like the wealth of vegetarian food which is there. So if you've watched for so long, then this is the upshot of what I wanted to tell you, is that it's Republic Day today. It's India's Republic Day, and one of the founding principles of the Republic of India was federalism, or unity in diversity. Our founding fathers acknowledged the fact that India is a huge country with diverse cultures, diverse ethnicities, diverse terroirs and geographic sort of balances and crops and foods, and therefore eating habits as well. And sometimes we tend to sort of look at the world from our prism, only our eyes, and compare it with that. But I think it's worth sort of appreciating the mosaicness instead, because see how colorful the banana leaf is, right? I mean, just imagine if it was just one dish, how boring it would be, versus like trying out dishes from across this vast country. So my resolution on Republic Day is to try out as many different diverse types of Indian cuisine as I can do, and hopefully from homes, and tell you about it. And why don't you do that and tell me about it? So once again, happy Republic Day, and Jai Hind.